Hello everybody, welcome into my kitchen. Tonight, if you have 25 minutes to spare, you can have Mexican rice on your table in no time flat. Tonight I'm going to demonstrate how I make my rice. Well, actually, it was my mom's recipe. And it's easy to make, and there's many different ways you can make rice. A lot of people do it, their tomatoes, they blend them and they add fresh onion and different ingredients. But today I'm going to do it simple and anyone can make this. The first step I'm going to do is turn up my heat, because initially you want your heat to be high to get the rice toasty and golden. And I make rice quite often, and for parties, and I even make quantities of rice for some catering events. And everybody has always asked me, my nieces, when I take it to potlucks, why your rice, I like your rice, what's different about it? Not really anything. If anything, I would have to say that I use more water than the traditional method. Traditionally, when you make rice, it's a 1 to 2 cup ratio. So for every cup of rice, you usually add 2 cups of water. And I use this dry measuring cup when I'm making my rice. Put 2 cups of rice, toast it, and then I fill this dry ingredients to 6 cups of water, and I have it ready to go. But actually, dry measurements and liquid measurements vary, so be careful with this. When you pour it, these 6 dry measurement cups into here, it comes up to actually 5 liquid cups of rice, of water. So you need to be careful of that. So what I'm doing now is we're going to toast our rice, because you see it's white and kind of translucent. Well, what we're going for is golden toasted rice. That makes a difference. If you cook it like this, you basically get like steam type of a rice. But if you want it to be more flavorful, you have to toast it. Good. And there's different ways you can make rice. This rice can be kicked up different ways. Sometimes I make rice and I will add vegetables. Here I have frozen vegetables. This is what I use. When I want to add, my children don't really like anything. They like plain rice, but occasionally I like to add vegetables. So I will take a cup of frozen corn and add that, or peas, or you can even add mixed vegetables, the one that has green beans, carrots, whatever. And a lot of times in Mexican restaurants you will see that type of rice. But today we're just making Maria's plain Mexican rice. And I have my nieces that are always asking me, how do you make rice? My rice comes out mushy. Well, there is a secret to that. And I want to tell you that once you toast your rice and cover it, you are not going to come back and lift up the lid, because that lets out the steam, and that definitely will make a difference on your rice. And also, what you don't want to do when you're making your rice is come and check it and start stirring it. Guaranteed you will have mushy rice. So once your rice is toasted and you cover it, and that's it. You don't do anything to it. You just leave it 20 minutes, and I always use a glass lid. And the reason I use a glass lid is right, so you can come and check your rice. And if you put a plate or aluminum lid, some kind of other lid, you can't see what's happening, and you're tempted to come and check it, and then you're letting out all the steam that you need to cook your rice. So do not succumb to the temptation to take the lid off once your rice starts cooking. Okay, now my rice is golden. You can see it's nice and toasty, golden brown. That's what you're looking for. And then it's just a matter of adding the ingredients. For this I use a can of tomato sauce, the whole can. I use these minced onions because I don't like a strong onion, but you can use fresh onion. You can use chicken broth, but this is my go-to. I always use this when I make rice. It's the Knorr chicken broth. And a little tip, if you have a baby formula, it's a perfect scoop. So if you have a baby powder formula, I get this out and I use this. And so now I'm going to add everything. You might have a little flare up here, so watch out. I'm going to add all the tomato sauce, all the liquid, and that's 5 liquid cups. If you're using the dry scoop, it's 6. And then I eyeball it. It's how much, I don't know how much onion you like, so I just kind of cover the top lightly with my onion. And then with my little baby scoop of formula, I'm going to add 3 of these chicken powder bouillon. You can use fresh bouillon or you can use the boxed one, whatever you prefer. I use 3 of these. And then some people don't like cumin, but my family does, so I will just add just a dash of cumin. I don't like a whole lot, just a little bit. So if you like a lot, you can add more. My daughter adds more because she likes a lot of cumin. So she always says, I don't add enough, but this is how I do it. Now this is what you're going to do. Stir it up. This is the only time you're going to be stirring your rice, unless you're adding in vegetables, and then I'll tell you when you add it in. So now I stirred it nice. I'm going to cover it, and what you're going to look for before you turn it down to a simmer, your rice is bubbling. You are going to turn it down to low, like a low simmer, and then this is the point you add vegetables, because you don't want to pick up the lid anymore after this. So at this point, if you're going to put peas, you put a cup and just sprinkle it. Don't stir it. Just sprinkle it on the top and cover it, and that's it. Now you're going to set your timer for 20 minutes, and you're going to walk away. Maybe in 10 minutes you come and you look at your rice, and if you see that it looks like it's not distributed evenly, you're not going to pick up the lid. You're just going to give it a little shimmy shake there to mix it up. And then 20 minutes you will come in and we'll check our rice and it'll be done. We won't uncover it. We still won't uncover it. We're just going to move it off the stove fire, and we're going to let it sit for 5 minutes, and your rice should be perfect. So we'll see you later. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, and the rice, I'm coming and I'm just jiggling it a little. This is what I told you. And this allows all the tomato sauce on top to kind of go and be redistributed to the bottom. And that's all there is, and we should be done in 10 more minutes. Okay, it's been exactly 20 minutes. I set my timer, and the rice is now done. After the timer went off in 20 minutes, I took it off the fire over there and I put it over here to rest about 5 minutes, just to give everything a chance to meld together. So here's our rice. And this is the way my mom used to make it. And my rice tends to be a little moister than the traditional rice. Some people like there's more on the dry, fluffier type of consistency. But this is how my family prefers it. And whenever I make it, it's always a hit. People always give me compliments on my rice. So we're going to scoop some into a bowl. So here's my rice all fluffed up and it's ready to go. And you can see it's kind of a little moister than your average rice. And let me taste. Very good. Thank you for watching this video. And if you liked this recipe, don't forget to like and subscribe.